Uncover your zone of genius and share it. That's right. Uncover your zone of genius. Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into your zone of genius. What if you discovered that your unique strengths, your talents, your passions could be the key to living a more fulfilling and impactful life? Most people downplay their gifts. They hide their light because of fear or self-doubt. Can you relate to that at all? But I'm here to remind you that you were born with something the world needs. And uncovering your zone of genius isn't just a gift to yourself. Nope, it's a gift to everyone around you. So let's explore today how to find that zone, how to embrace it, and to confidently share it with the world. That's right. It's day 6 here. Day 6 of 7 that I'm going live. Yeah, I came up with this idea. Don't know what I was thinking on the week before last. Said, I'm going to stream live on YouTube and a couple of other platforms every day. And at first I thought, well, maybe I'll go 15, 20 minutes just to share something related to this whole concept of living up to your full potential. And a lot of them, they're going 40, 45, sometimes 50 minutes. I think this one might be a little bit more concise, but the second to last day, tomorrow I stream live for the last time. In this one, I'm calling the Unstoppable series, but it's kind of part of my mission. If you're on my YouTube channel in particular, you know that I'm all about affirmations and inspirational material. And so it ties right in. I'm just kind of taking it a little bit deeper about sharing your gifts and your talents. So if you haven't caught some of the earlier ones, please go back and watch those. You can click the live tab on my YouTube channel, and it kind of shows you the most recent ones and that I'm streaming live with. And let's see here. Also, want to welcome. We got Lucy here in the live chat. We got Casey there. Lisa Shepard, of course, and so let me know where you're watching from here. It's a Saturday as I'm recording this, so we'll see if we get maybe a different audience. All the previous ones were done on weekdays, which you may or may not have been influenced by having a day job or something. But let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you've caught any of the other ones. I know Lucy's been here, I think, for most of them. So I really appreciate you being here. So let's continue this conversation. This whole term, zone of genius, I think was coined by a guy named Gay Hendricks, and some books that he's put out over the years. So let's define what it is. Your zone of genius is the sweet spot where your passions, your natural talents, and purpose intersect. It's more than just what you're good at. It's what energizes you, what comes naturally to you. Like, in what ways do you serve others? So here's an example. You may be familiar with Marie Kondo. She turned what seemed like a mundane skill, tidying up, into a global phenomenon. And her KonMari method combines practical organizational techniques with emotional mindfulness. And she's helped millions of people create spaces that spark joy. Again, just like cleaning up, I forgot what the exact title of her book is, but the magic of something of tidying up, which seems like, what's the big deal with that? But she created a whole phenomenon here. So here's the thing. Your zone of genius might be a talent or some skill that you have that you just take for granted. We all do this because we're so close to ourselves. We take ourselves for granted in the skills that we've developed, the experiences that we've had. But when you share that, it can transform lives when you get it out there, not keep it to yourself. Saying, well, hello, Gail. Just saw you on a Zoom call for our personal transformation, our Matrix program, and our High Vibe Tribe. We met for the first time on Zoom. That was awesome. So that's right, Gail L. That's right. That's what your handle is on YouTube. Sylvia, good morning from Las Vegas. Awesome to see you here again. I know you've caught a lot of these lives throughout the week here. So you may be wondering, how do I identify my zone of genius? So let's talk about that, shall we? So here are 3 quick questions that you can ask yourself to uncover, because that is the topic here. Uncover your zone of genius. Hopefully, you know what it is. You got a crystal clear idea, not an idea, but a knowing of what that is, what you're meant to do here. But just in case, and many people don't, let's just explore these three questions. So these are things you can pose to yourself. What activities make me lose track of time? So what do you get immersed in where the hours just fly by and you look up and you go, oh my God, it's been 3 hours I've been sitting here doing this? That's an indication that you're engaged in something that's related to your zone of genius. And if you know what that is, go ahead and put that in the chat here, because I wanted this to be interactive. So here's another question to ask yourself. What do people often come to me for advice or help with? Because again, we're too close to ourselves to recognize our genius, but other people might recognize this in us. And if people are coming to you for a specific type of advice in a certain area, that's a clue to maybe something that you're not aware of. And third is the question, what feels effortless to me but impressive to others? And what comes easily to you, again, and then which leads to you not taking yourself so seriously, but others are impressed by it. You go, oh, this whole thing. So what are those things? For me, one of the things that I do, a long-time passion of mine is improv comedy, and then a subset of that is musical improv. I teach it, I perform it. And for the last few years, in case you didn't know, one Sunday a month, my wife Pookie and I perform music. We play the music at the Sunday service at the Center for Spiritual Living. It's right down the street for us here in St. Louis. And I just want to say hello, Damaris. Good to see you. I think you're at the first time catching a live. Awesome. And Brandon is back 4 days in a row. Awesome. Congratulations. I appreciate you returning here every day. But I was talking about, so we perform music one Sunday a month at the Center for Spiritual Living. It's also the location where I teach my improv classes. But what I've done, for I think at least 4 years, maybe 5 now, whenever on those Sundays that we play, during the main talk by whoever the speaker is, I take notes, and then I get up afterwards and I sing a little short song that I literally wrote like just 10 minutes prior. I'm just listening. I'm scribbling out, verses and rhymes, and then I use my chicken scratch on a music stand, and I sing the song that's about the talk. And it's often very funny, and people, and it's very popular there. People look forward to it, get a big round of applause at the end of it. And people come up to me all the time and they go, oh my, I don't understand. How do you do that? That is amazing. And while I know it's kind of a rare skill, it's something that I've honed. There's actually a formula I can explain it to people and get really geeky about it. But the chords are all set. The rhyming structure, the melody is actually it's the same every time. So all I'm doing is taking the content, the specifics of the talk, and then coming up with rhymes. So I want to end with this word. I got to set it up with the word that rhymes with that. And to me, it's just like it's my brain just goes tick 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 tick, and it comes together pretty quickly. I would say it's effortless. It takes a lot of intense thought for the 15 or 20 minutes that they're speaking. But to me, it's comes pretty easily. But other people are just amazed, by that. So we all have, I think, gifts like that we've honed, that people compliment us on. So those 3 questions, and again, pop them in the chat here if you what do you think your zone of genius is? What activities make you or cause you to lose track of time? 1. 2, what do people often come to you for advice for? Because they look at you as like an expert or someone who's wise in that particular topic. What feels effortless to you but impressive to others? And so, let me see here. Lisa here says, I lose track of time when I am creating content and actively helping others. Cool. Yeah, you can go down the rabbit hole of that. So that's a gift. Sylvia says, yoga, working out and staying in shape is totally effortless to me. And that is something where I would be one of those people looking at you and going, that's amazing. How do you do that? Because I have to admit that exercise I was a really awkward kid. I think it just stems from childhood. I was an awkward kid. I was not really good at sports, and so I got picked on a lot. And so at an early age, I just said, "Well, heck with this. I'm going to immerse myself in the arts." So instead, I spent time on music and art and writing and things. So yeah, even as an adult, I have this blockage when it comes to. I now enjoy it more than ever. I love going to sports. I mean, just going to games, baseball, hockey, whatever it is, but I don't participate. I didn't participate in sports, and so I guess that is also part of. I have to make myself go to work out, but I'm enjoying it more. It's becoming a little bit more effortless. But the fact that you lose time is great, and that's how the people stay in shape. It's who they are. So as I talked yesterday about the importance of your personal identity and your sense of beingness. You, Sylvia, you work out, you do yoga, you stay in shape because that's who you are. It just comes naturally to you. Let's see here. What do we got? Yeah, and Lisa has attended my online. Like I've been doing some Zoom improv classes. Um, let's see here. We got any other else? So Damaris, sharing music it was one of your zones of genius. Um, That's interesting. Hi Jennifer, good to see you here. Singing and photography are things that fall into that category. Maybe you could take pictures of singers, combine those two things. Oh, sticks and stones. Hi Thomas. I assume you're maybe referring to being made fun of for not for not being doing the sports thing when I was a kid, and for Denisha singing. Oh, awesome! Yeah, well, yeah. My music music and the written word in particular have been a big part of my life, and then entertaining and performing on stage in front of an audience. But as I mentioned, not only this week but throughout the many years when I share my backstory, I was an incredibly shy kid, lacked confidence, lacked self-worth. Probably the least likely person that anyone thought would be an extroverted person on stage. Um, but I felt that's who I really was. That was what's on the inside that wanted to come out, and so I pushed past those fears and things. Lucy says, chatting to the youth, advising on career choices in both civil and military aviation. Wow, that's very specific. Oh, cool. That's great that you. Yeah, and for some people, they might see someone else's zone of genius and go, "Oh, that doesn't interest me at all. I would be bored by that." But if it lights you up, that's an indication that how can you lean into that more or find a way to incorporate that? Groovy Chick says, I think my talent is that I'm able to analyze anything, pick it apart, and figure out how to do it. Oh, cool. It's another way that my brain works too as an author. I published 16 books over the past 31 years. A lot of them were on music marketing, but I like to take complicated topics and even with personal development stuff and inspirational material, I like to take these complicated topics and break them down to their most essential elements so I can help people wrap their brain around it. And I initially do that because I want to wrap my brain around it, too. And then I just share that. Coaching, investing, athlete, artist, and future author. That's a lot. Yeah, it's juggling a lot there, Brandon, but that's really cool. And Gail says, talking woo-woo, self-development, having deep conversations, health and wellness, as that we discussed on our calls. And Sylvia says, as for the other questions, yes, everything goes back to what I like, including ballroom dancing. I'm not a certified professional in any of my passions, but I'm considering becoming a fitness coach. Cool. Yeah, I have no certifications. And anything that I do, I just have years of discussing it, living it, interviewing people who have done it, and but I'm not it's like I'm not doing brain surgery or anything, right? I need to have a license to do it. All right, those are great. So thank you so much for the interactions. I guess we pretty much, thank you for sharing your zone of genius. Let's go with our first affirmation here. This call might be a little shorter than the others. It is a weekend, and we all have stuff to do. But I appreciate you being here. But here's an affirmation, kind of a long one. I'll just break it down. Do your best to repeat it or say it along with me. But I am uncovering my zone of genius, and I am ready to share it with the world. So whether you know it, what it is or not, I think that first part of that affirmation still holds true. I am uncovering my zone of genius. You're getting more clarity on what that is. And then once you've identified that, then get ready to share it with the world. Actually, I was just telling the folks on our Zoom call earlier that I'm pretty certain, I haven't made it, it's not 100% yet, but I'm formulating this program for January that's basically going to be geared for people that have a mission, like people that want to either are doing or want to start like a podcast, a YouTube channel, write a book. They want to get a message out into the world, but they lack the confidence to do it. And it's going to be called something along the lines of 21 Days to Rock Solid Confidence for Purpose-Driven Creators. All right? So very specific. So that's what I'm thinking of launching in January. But before I do that, I got to let you know about something that's available right now. In fact, through tomorrow at midnight. But before I do that, did you get that affirmation? I'm sorry, I'm jumping around with topics here, but I am uncovering my zone of genius, and I'm ready to share it with the world. All right. There you go. Lisa typed it out. Thank you very much. I don't have a graphic to put up there, but that's a good one. All right. Lisa says, life has certified me. Yeah. You have a certification in life. I love that. All right, so here's the thing. I got inspired just last week, and I knuckled down and I created a new program that is called Unstoppable. Unstoppable. Unleash your full potential and thrive at the game of life and business. Unleash your full potential. Basically, I created this because a lot of things, the things that I create and make available to the public, including the affirmations that I put out there, start off as something that I create for myself because I have a need. There's something that I'm needing to improve in my life, and I go out looking for something to help me, and I can't find it, and so I just create it for myself. That's how my first affirmations were 7-8 years ago. Came about in that very way. Even though I've been doing affirmations on my own personal life for decades, I was looking for this particular, looking for affirmations and meditations and like a process that I could kind of boost my optimism and also create more abundance in my life, meaning money. And so I started just doing these recordings from myself to help me and came up with this program like going, wow, this is really cool. I should share this with other people because it's really helping me. And it's still available to this day. It's called I'm sorry, I'm promoting like multiple things, but it's called the 21 Day Money Attraction. What is it? Abundance Attraction and Money Attraction Brain Boost. I completely butchered the title there. I'm not even know why I'm talking about that. But I took a couple of those recordings and posted them on my YouTube channel, and those are the first affirmation-based videos that I uploaded like almost 8 years ago. And those started taking off, and it was an indication to me, oh, people like this kind of material. They like the sound of my voice. And then I slowly, over that next year, we're posting more and more of them. And then eventually this went all in, and that's what this channel is dedicated to. Recently surpassed 400,000 subscribers. I think the channel now has like 70 million views and counting. And so quite often the things that I create start off as things that I'm selfishly creating for myself. They work, and then I package them up and share them with people. So this one is called Unstoppable. Lately I've been thinking about I'm very happy with the progress that I made. Very grateful for the audience I'm able to reach, and for the things I've accomplished. 16 books, like this YouTube channel that I'm reaching tens of thousands of people every day around the world who queue up my voice and listen for inspiration. I got an affiliation with Hay House over the past year where they're running my affirmations in their subscription app. And so a lot to be grateful for. There's nothing wrong at all with where I'm at. However, I think to myself, this is so cool. Can I take it to another level? Can I impact more people? What can I do to be on a level of some of those Hay House selling authors that are probably better well known? Not that you had to get into the comparison game. I'm completely happy with what I've done, but can I do more? And so I started creating some things that would help me, inspire me to play a bigger game and see this future version of myself that's even doing more, Not that I want to be a workaholic, whatever, but just having more of an impact and how to do that in a way that's authentic and doable without stressing me out, right? And so I created this program for that and say, oh, I think I need to share this with people. So it's called Unstoppable. Basically, it involves, I took these 18 affirmations that I found were the most powerful to do this, to play a bigger game, to be a full expression of who I am and who you are. And I recorded them in multiple ways. You won't find these things on my YouTube channel, but I got I am versions of them. I got a UR version of it. I've got a guided visualization. I also have a sleep version that you can listen to at night. And so that's the part that you immerse yourself in these by choosing one of those, listening 3 times a day. There's some journal prompts that you use to then uncover the action steps that you're going to take to play a bigger game. All right. And when you sign up for it, you'll be accessing, let's see here. This is what the course looks like once you're inside of it. But you got the start here section, or you listen to this first, kind of welcomes you to the program. Got instructions on how to get the most out of it. There you can download and print the journal pages, and then your feedback one. And I'm going to come back to that because I want to get feedback on this from the inaugural people that invest in this program, and you won't believe the price. It's ridiculously low. Then there's the 5 audio sessions. There's 2 I am versions, one with spaces to repeat them, and one without. There's the UR version and a pep talk. That actually, someone here in the chat left a glowing comment about guided visualization and journal prompts, and then the sleep affirmations for bedtime. And I've already made some changes to this program based on some feedback that I already got this week. And I just want to thank, just in the past, even the last night or this morning, number of people have signed up for it. It's Shona Joy, Christy, Wendy, Robert, Mark, Ariana, Ellen, Tamika, Leland, Harpreet, Christy, Darcy. These are all people that just are recently signed up for the program. So here's the deal, and I really want you to pay attention to this, because I'm making this available to the public for 7 days only. It started on Monday the 18th, and at midnight tomorrow night on Sunday evening, it'll go off the market. And I'm doing that because, for a number of reasons, but I want to limit I want to get people in during the 7-day window. I want to get it out of the way before Black Friday and Thanksgiving so I can relax and enjoy the holidays and not be promoting stuff like a lot of people do with Black Friday, Cyber Monday, blah, 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 But then I want to get feedback from these people that took me up on the offer and re-release it at a higher price in the future. So what's the current price? Oh my God. It's name your own price with a minimum of $11.11. That's right, that magical number, 1111. Who cannot... I don't know. How can you come up with an excuse for, I don't know, is $11 worth my personal growth and being a fuller expression of who I am? I think it's a no-brainer, but I'll leave that up to you. And so there's links in the description here where you can purchase that. It's bobbakerinspiration.com/7. We'll get you right there. 7 meaning the 7 days that it's available. But it's only good through midnight, Sunday the 24th. bobbakerinspiration.com/7. And so if you're completely happy with your life, you feel like you're living on all cylinders, awesome. I congratulate you. But if you think maybe you could use a little boost of confidence and to play a bigger game and to impact people in a bigger way, then I strongly suggest that you check that out while it's available at that ridiculously low price. All right, here we go. So let's continue our conversation here on, how about give you some more tips on how to uncover your purpose, which is basically your zone of genius is tied into your purpose or your mission in life or your primary one. We all have multiple things that we do in life, but if you can identify that thing that really lights you up and lean into it, it's not only will you feel better, but you'll be able to impact the world in a greater way. So these things often leave clues. So here's some things that worked for me. So your childhood interests, often the things that we're meant to do, we can trace back to childhood. There was something innately within us that drew us to these activities or these values or these feelings or whatever it is. So think about, what were you interested in as a kid, And what are passions that you keep returning to? Like the things that are really in alignment with your zone of genius are the things that are reoccurring. You may not always like act on them or engage in them. Maybe you're in and out of it, but they just keep coming back. Oh yeah, yeah. Like for me, music has just been a reoccurring thing. I got my first electric guitar when I was 15, started immediately playing in bands. And even though I made a choice in my late 20s that music would not be my full-time activity, it's been a part-time passion consistently over the years. And even before I discovered music or passion for music, I had a very keen interest in the written word. That never left me. And I ended up publishing a local music newspaper. I ended up publishing books, blog posts, and now I express myself with my voice, through podcasts, YouTube videos, and all that. So expression through words is something that's just been a thread throughout my entire life. And so what are those reoccurring interests that you have? Improv comedy is another like part-time passion that I had that I kept coming back to. Even though I would get away from it for years, it was just something that I kept coming back, and I like 12 or 14 years ago, I was having this conversation at a table with some friends, and my friend Tony said, "Hey," she goes, "set a date." And I went, "What?" She goes, "I've heard you talk about improv and how you want to teach it and get back into it, but to do it, you set a date for your first class." And I'll be there. And people around the table going, "Yeah, I'll be there." And that led to me teaching my first class with about 12 friends. It was private. It didn't announce it to the public or anything. And then that got me going. And now I've been teaching for like 12 years now, in addition to performing it. Again, that's just a part-time sideline thing, but it was a passion I kept coming back to. And I use it as I mentioned, in the Sunday services when I kind of write those quick little songs. And so, yeah, what is the recurring theme? What are your childhood interests? And then skills that you've developed over time that we often take for granted. What is this something that you have learned to do really well? Whether you're passionate about it or not, what is that thing? It could be related to a day job. It could be related to a hobby, a sport, an activity. So, yeah. So those are the things that leave clues. So you can also do things like journaling, just like, just sort of like writing down, brainstorming on things that you're good at. Ask your friends, like the people that know you the best, friends, family, even people that you ask them, when you think about me, what do you think that I'm good at, or what words come to mind? Or if you had to identify a zone of genius that I had, you might not want to use that phrase, but ask them, because people, you'll be surprised by the perceptions that people have of you. Let's see here. Let's check with some comments. Lisa says, "My joys are nurturing interpersonal relationships, music, art, cooking, animals, helping where I can, are all things that keep coming back." Sylvia says, "Writing is a recurring interest. I used to journal, or I've been journaling, I guess, since I was 11. Wow." Lisa says, "I'm good at figuring out how to fix things." Now, not all these things can be monetized. So like not everything. So these things are clues to your maybe zones of genius, but there might be a primary one, and you can decide on what is just something that you do on your own to kind of feed your soul. Maybe you share it with a small group of people. But there's some zones of genius, which is probably related to the Unstoppable program in the series, where I'm going to encourage you to identify what that thing is and share it with people, because it's going to help a lot of people. Yeah, it's going to make you feel good, but the primary reason is that there are people out there, as I mentioned in an earlier segment of these live streams, there are people out there waiting right now for the solution that only you are uniquely qualified to offer them. And so you're denying the world the gift that you have to improve people's lives by keeping it to yourself. So, of course, you have to want to do that. A lot of people have this longing. I got this story, the experience, this thing that I want to share. It's like, oh my God, what are people going to think? And you're being held back by fear and doubt and uncertainty and worry and blah, blah, blah. And so that's why a program like this is so helpful, to get you to move past that, to dissolve those negative voices, that resistance that you have, and replace it with a more empowering message. And then the most important thing is to reinforce that with action steps, baby steps, little by little, that you take to move past that and get your message out into the world. To get trusted friends. Oh, I want you to talk to you real quickly about this framework called Ikigai. That's right. It's a very funny sounding word. Ikigai. I believe it's a Japanese word where four things overlap. Let me get my mouse here. What is my mouse? There we go. Here's a graph that kind of illustrates what Ikigai is all about. And so there's four different quadrants, and they all overlap in the middle. And so one of them is what you're good at. What are the things that you're already currently good at, a skill that you've honed? I'm going to go around this clockwise. What is something that you love to do? I guess that word passion comes in there. What's something you're really drawn to? There's the word passion in there, passion and mission. Going down to the 6 o'clock part of that. So what the world needs. Yeah, there's like a need or a want in the world that this relates to. And then as far as like making this a vocation, on the other side there is what can you be paid for? So it's like this overlap between a want and a need in the world that people are willing to pay for, especially if we don't want to monetize it, combined with the things that you're good at, that you're known for, you've developed a skill, and that you actually enjoy doing it, or at least most of the time. I mean, I love doing affirmations. I love making music and all this stuff with it, but is it like, do I jump out of bed, every day eager, like when it's time to do a new YouTube video? Most of the time I'm like, yeah, excited because I got it. But sometimes like, well, I have to muster up, I'm easily distracted, could watch TV, eat potato chips, but no, because I'm on a mission to get this out into the world. So, but overall, leaning is toward, yeah, I love doing this, and I'm so blessed that I get to do this in the world. But you don't have to be like 100% excited every second of every day. But do you love doing it? Are you good at it? And does it overlap with a need or a want in the world that people are willing to pay for? That is, and what's in the middle is what they call ikigai. Ikigai. That's a funny sounding word, right? Let's see here. Yeah, Lisa put in there a quote that I have said many times. Basically, if you're feeling uneasy about public speaking or about putting yourself out there, it's because you're focusing more on the messenger instead of the message. So the best way to overcome that is to focus on the message, not the messenger, which is you. Because if you're obsessed with what do they think of me? How am I holding my hands? Oh my God, I look stupid on camera. It's all about the messenger. And it's okay. That's a very common thing. Yeah, you're doing something new, and especially on video or on stage, yeah, you're going to feel self-conscious. That's a normal human thing. But just keep doing it, and that confidence grows, that fear subsides. And actually then another thing you could do is transform or reframe the fear, the butterflies that you're feeling. It's not like, oh my God, I'm being hampered by this fear. No, I like, oh my God, this butterflies, I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to this. So transform your fear biological responses into excitement about this thing. My adrenaline's pumping. So here's a quote from someone named Howard Thurman that I've heard before. I want to share with you. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. So yeah, what makes you come alive? But I do think in the Ikigai thing, how it overlaps with what the world needs eventually has to, will come into play, especially if you want to monetize it and make money from this value that you're creating, which you have every right to do. Let me give you another example here. You probably are familiar with this guy named Lin-Manuel Miranda. He revolutionized Broadway with the play, the musical Hamilton, which combines hip hop with history and diversity. And so his ability to weave unconventional elements into like a universal theme related to what happened in those days in the 1700s, it just shows that's his zone of genius at work. He took things that were unique to him, combined them with things that were already popular in the culture, like musicals. But Broadway and hip hop, there wasn't a whole lot of it probably at that time, and he just brought himself to something that there was a need or a want in the world for more, kind of not a cutting edge, but new forms of musicals and Broadway and something fresh and different. And he succeeded at that, and that's his zone of genius. So your zone of genius often lies at the intersection of your passions and what makes you different. And as we discussed on our this Zoom call that I'm referencing that we had this morning with our High Vibe Tribe members and people going through our Heal, Activate, Connect process course, was that or point that I brought up is that you bring all of your experiences together and see if there's a blending, there's a combination there that you can bring, because all that stuff adds up to qualities that are uniquely you. There's no one else like you that has that combination of experiences and insights and things that you bring to the world. So don't downplay that. That's really what this whole series is about, is to stop hiding in the shadows, stop dimming your light, start realizing the value that you have, not in a conceited way that you think you're better than other people. You're on par. Everyone has this ability, but don't downplay it and think that, oh, these people that I admire, they figured it out, and I'm just struggling here. Now you can shine your light and influence the world in whatever way is right for you. But just don't play small. That's the whole point of this thing. So, what if someone is out there right now waiting for your unique contribution? How could your zone of genius improve someone's life? Like, who are the people, and you can leave a comment about this, like, who are the people, like, let's take the focus off of you, and don't, a lot of this personal self-growth is about you, me, I'm good at this, and here's my passion. But let me ask you, what is the type of person, how could you help other people? What's the specific type of person and the problem that you can help them solve? Let's focus on that. Feel free to leave a comment. I will check on them and highlight some as we go along. So who are those people that you can help? Because they're out there right now. They're probably searching Google, they're searching YouTube for a solution, and you're not there currently maybe to be discovered by them because you're just not putting yourself out there. You're not sharing your message and your experiences and your talents and your gifts. So who is that type of person? What's the problem that you can solve? And maybe describe the type of person. Could be, I don't know, single moms raising a child on their own. It could be people want to go into the dental field and they're, so it's specific to each person, So I would love to know what your thoughts are on that. So yeah, take that focus off yourself and who are you? Yeah, quite often there are people like you, but spell it out. What does that mean? I got a couple more affirmations I want to encourage you to say with me. The world is waiting for my light, and I am ready to shine. Let's say that a couple more times. Just say it along with me the best you can. The world is waiting for my light, and I am ready to shine. The world is waiting for my light, and I am ready to shine. Here's another kind of long one, though. My talents have value, and I share them with confidence and joy. 2 more times. My talents have value, and I share them with confidence and joy. My talents have value, and I share them with confidence and joy. So Lisa says they are people who've had similar experiences that may need a little encouragement or help pivoting to a fuller life. And you can clarify that by specifying what those similar experiences are. I know a little bit of Lisa's story, so I know what she's talking about there. But you have to clarify specifically what those experiences are that you overcame and how you can help and identify the type of person that you can help that are most likely experiencing those challenges so that you can know who they are. Yeah. And that way you can reach out or create content, share things in such a way that those people will find you. Yeah, awesome. Damaris says, hidden messages in music and vibrations. I am ready to shine. The world is waiting. Yeah, great affirmation. That's so cool. I can see you're very musical oriented there. All right. So, and I just want to reinforce this because a lot of times, again, when we talk about self-growth, self-help, self-development, there's that word self there, which makes it sound like it's a self-serving thing. And people and a lot of naysayers will go, "Oh, this is so focused on pumping up your ego. I'm just here to help people." Well, yeah, so that's not my goal at all. Is to pump your I mean, yeah, you do want to pump yourself up so that you're in a better position, but sharing your gifts isn't selfish, it's purposeful. Holding back sharing your gifts, that's denying the world the contribution that only you can make because you are in a unique position because of, again, like I said, of your past, your experiences, your insights, your wisdom. You're uniquely qualified to help specific types of people. And by you not stepping up, it's denying the world. I think it's more selfish to keep it to yourself and to downplay and be timid than it is to just get it out there and share it. So instead of another question. A lot of times we downplay our value, and so we might ask a question like, "Who am I to do this? What qualities do I have?" Instead of saying, "Who am I to do this?" ask, "Who am I not to do this? Why not me?" Every month there's a new crop of people, independent musicians and self-published authors and people starting podcasts and YouTube channels that like just break out, and they start getting media coverage about this new thing that they're doing. Every month there's people getting coverage like that and being recognized. Why not you? Why can't that be you? So if you fully embrace this whole concept of the zone of genius, let me ask you, what is one thing that you would going to start doing today? What's the one little baby step that you can take? Because this always comes back to action. Success in life is about combining positive thoughts with inspired action. Both of them go hand in hand. And sometimes the positive thought will lead to an inspired action, but I think it works the other way around too. Even if you're not feeling it, sometimes just taking action will lead to a positive thought and confidence that you build as you move forward and you get feedback. Let's see here. Bernie, hi Bernie, writes, getting to choose, manifest, receiving all that good energy. Hello, Michelle from Utah. Why not me? Yes, indeed. So, but yeah, what's that little baby step action that you're going to take? I would love for you to post that, if you could. While I'm waiting for that, just going to remind you again, Unstoppable, this new course that I'm pretty much opening up to get it into a group of founding member students, called Unstoppable: Unleash Your Full Potential and Thrive at the Game of Life and Business. Super powerful program, and if you get it by midnight tomorrow night on the 24th, it's only $11.11 or more. You can choose your own price. Some people have put in $22, $22, $33, $33, $25, $30, $50, whatever. It's totally up to you. One person did $11.12, I think. They gave 1 cent more, which is cool. Maybe that number was meaningful for them. It's so totally up to you. But I don't know. It just seems like it's a no-brainer to me. $11 for your personal growth. And yeah, if you can jump right on this and do it, great. But this is the cool thing. This is again, it's too good to be true. I'm going to be making updates to this program and re-releasing it in the future at a higher price, okay? And I'm going to get, based on feedback that I get from this initial people that sign up at the low price, you're going to get lifetime access, not only to the current version, but all the updates I'm going to be making in that same program. So you'll get all the updates, no extra charge. Or you can wait and pay more for it later if it speaks to you. So totally up to you. But that's my sort of early Black Friday, if you want to call it, empowerment offer. BobBakerInspiration.com/7, the number 7. So check that out because time is running out. All right. Don't wait, act now. Damaris is going through your channel, loving this and the people here. So Damaris, were you not familiar with my channel prior to catching this live? Did you just happen to stumble upon it? today, welcome. My main video, the thing that I do here on the channel is affirmations. We've been doing that for like 8 years. There's literally quite close to 1,000 of them in different topics, different categories. Is it Chanel or is it Channel? Yay, I made it to a live. Welcome. Is this your first live stream that you... Actually, let's just do a little celebration here of people that are... just the fact that you're here, whether it's your first time or you're just here. I just want to applaud you. And here you go. Whoops, hang on a second. I just realized. That's right. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, actually, I have another group of people that on video in the next room. They also want to applaud you. You gotta have the volumes up on those things. So awesome. So yeah, I like to have a little bit of fun here. Lisa is posting her. Oh, is that your action step, Damaris, going through the channel? Oh, I couldn't. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're responding to there. But Lisa says her small step will be getting my video done and quit dragging my feet. I will focus on my message. So yeah, she's been cranking out a lot of inspirational stuff. First live, but okay, you've been watching the replays often. I mean, awesome, cool. Arpita, welcome. Good to see you here. And yes, so cool. We're going to be wrapping this up momentarily, but so yeah, check out the program. Remember, your zone of genius isn't just about you. It's about the positive ripple effect you can create in the world when you live and share it fully. The world is waiting for your unique light. So it's time for you to step up and shine it. So tomorrow will be the final one. And so I'll be coming to you live again at noon Eastern. It's like 9, was it? Noon Eastern is 10 a.m. No, 11 a.m. Central and 9 a.m. Pacific. And it'll be the final day of this series and also the final day to get the Unstoppable program. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's see here. What do I got? I was going to play a little bit of this song because gratitude is such an important part, being thankful for what you have and being eager for more. And you realize that good things are happening to you right now. This is an original song that I did a couple of years ago. Just going to play a little snippet from it just to kind of get the energy and to end on a high note. And here we go. Feel free to get up and move around if you're feeling it. Life is good, and I am grateful. Affirmations set to music. What do you think of that? Life is good, and I am grateful. Here we go. Hit it. Feel that bass, baby. Yes. Life is good, and I am thankful. That's right. Life is good, and I am thankful. Yeah, good things are happening to me. Good things are happening now. Good things are happening to me. Good things are happening now. Life is good, and I am grateful. Oh, so grateful. Life is good, and I am grateful. So grateful. Life is good, and I am thankful. So thankful. That's right. Life is good, and I am thankful. So thankful. Yeah. Good Good things are happening to me. Good things are happening now. Good things are happening to me. Good things are happening now. Good things are happening to me. Good things are happening now. Good things are happening to me. Good things are happening now. Life is good, and I am grateful. Oh, so grateful. All right, I'm going to fade out there. The song's a little bit longer, but thank you. I appreciate all the positive comments about that. And Damaris, since you're so much into music, I'm glad that you enjoyed that. But yeah, I'm going to be creating. There's a couple more tracks. They're similar to that on the channel, and I plan on creating more of that along with my wife Pookie. So and we stream live every Sunday morning over on her channel. So if you look for Pookie Lee, we'll be there at that's at what time is that? 10 a.m. Eastern, yeah, on every Sunday morning. But then at noon Eastern tomorrow, I'm going to do my last one of these here on my channel. It's a little complicated flipping around all the different channels, but I told you this was going to be short, but now we're at 50 minutes or so. So I guess I didn't keep it so short. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great Thanksgiving. If you're in the U.S. and you celebrate that, if I don't see you in the meantime, but come back tomorrow for part 7 and primarily one action step that I encourage you to take if you haven't done it already is to go ahead and invest $11 in yourself and get this unstoppable program. BobBakerInspiration.com/7. There you go. Love you all. See you again soon. So long for now.